Good evening, everyone. Welcome to You Think It, We Say It, brought to you by the Houston African American Bloggers Association and sponsored by Paul Wilson Insurance Agency. My name is Tashia, and with me tonight I have Tomei, and we're going to start off with the glam up section, and I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy what we have to say as much as we've had enjoyed talking about it. So Tomei, we were talking about makeup, and I was talking about, back in the day when I was young, and there was a certain look and things that you did at a certain time of day. There were certain colors you wore. And I just love the new freedom that I see in makeup. I love the new freedom that I see people expressing. And some of this stuff is so talented. I'm like, well, child, how did you get that to even do that?
They have a whole, the thing now is so many colors. And it's like they're wearing a whole palette on their eyelid. And I feel like, I get it. You're being expressive. You want to wear bold colors because they do the bold eye, and then they do a bold lip, and then they highlight on fleek, and then they blush, got to match the tear duct and all of that. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So I kind of miss the whole day and night look because now y'all walking around like y'all about to, I don't know, but it's I don't know where you going. Y'all going to Walmart with a whole beat face. Like there is no. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like now you're so glam all the time. Like when is the time to just wear a natural face or natural face bold lip? That's what I personally like to do instead of like the bold colors. Like 5 years ago when I got into it, I just want to prove that I can blend all my colors together. But at some point I was like, oh, I ain't got enough time for all that. Do I want extra 30 minutes of sleep or do I want to look beat? I'm going to go for extra 30 minutes of sleep for 200, Alec. That's what I'm going to do.
No, it's completely understandable. Some of these things are definitely beyond my league, and some of them are beyond my preference, but I am just admiring the artistry, I think is what it is for me. And so besides that, I'm also loving the fact that there are so many smaller Black-owned makeup companies that are reaching out there and reaching us.
That is true.
And generated by us. And, with the Fenty Beauty,
yeah.
I don't own any Fenty products myself personally.
I probably own 3 or 4 because I can't keep up with the launch. And every time I try to get it, it's already sold out online. I don't even know when it's coming back to the stores. But I'm leaning more towards indie brands now because it's killing MAC. When I first got into makeup, it was you had to have MAC or you wasn't legit. And now you got places like Black owned or Black Taylor, like Juvia's Place and Black Radiance and all those things. Because just take it back, when I went to prom, I just really wanted Chanel to do my makeup for me to go to prom. But but Chanel had to get my makeup from Fashion Fair because they didn't have a shade dark enough for me. And I'm not even. I'm probably mid. I'm not even the end of the spectrum when it comes to the shade range. And that was I went to prom, not to date myself, 10 years ago. This was actually 11 years ago because it was my boyfriend's prom. He was older than me. So yeah, it was 11 years ago, and Chanel didn't, and I had to get a pink Chanel lip gloss because you had to spend money. But I was really bummed out by that even 11 years ago. So it's so cool to see how far the game has changed as far as including us in the shade ranges.
Okay, so you're obviously a little younger than I am, and when you're talking about that, now I remember we had a more limited range in terms of where we could go and who we could buy from, and then, I'm looking at it now, and with all brands not being created equal, I know that there's another brand by, I can never remember this family's name because I just don't vibe with what they do.
I think I already know who you're talking about.
The
Jenna girl, Kylie.
Yes, that. And so I saw that when that came out, there was just, I was astounded at the numbers of what people were doing. Now, of course, Fenty has come through and just cleaned all that up.
Yeah.
But
she snatched it back.
With that being said, all of the makeup available to us, and you have some Fenty products and things like that, if you had to throw together a bag for a new person, somebody on a regular person's budget, just trying to get, what would you recommend that someone go?
I will recommend, to be honest, drugstore or a place like Ulta that has also high-end and high-end is considered like your Max and your Lancome and things like that, where the foundations usually are $36 and up. But I have come across some from the beauty supply, from the Kiss brand, for $6 that stay all day. So I would suggest going to Ulta or, like I said, a drugstore place to where you can get your hands on it. And I would say start with 10 things. Like, you need like a primer, you need an eyeshadow, you need a lip gloss, you need a mascara, and you need a powder, and maybe a highlight if you really want to do it. So maybe even 6 things. Like, don't try to do the most and buy all these products, because that's how I got sucked into this whole makeup thing and spending all this money, and I don't wear half the stuff that I purchase. So start with the basics of the essentials that you need. So you're gonna need a foundation, you're gonna need a powder. If you wear mascara, blush. I don't really wear blush. I wear like one blush. Some people have like 15, 20 of them. That's not my thing, but yeah, that's what I would do.
Makes good sense to me. Now, we cannot sit here and have talked about that Kardashian child and not talk about the Kardashians' forays into beauty and blackness.
Right. Like Kim, I hate to like give her credit, but she did pioneer some things, even though she took a lot of things from our culture. But she was known for like contouring and highlighting and overdoing these things. And so it was only natural that eventually she would come out with her own contouring line, because that's what she was known for. However, like, give us our credit with the whole fuller lips and, you know, wearing the braids and the cornrows and calling them boxer braids and all of that. Like, you need to acknowledge where you got your ideas from. We don't mind, you know, we'll be like, yeah, you know, we'll share, we cool. Like, us as a people, like, we're really cool people, but don't try to take for us and make it your own. And I feel like that's what she and her sister has done, selling $36, you know, lip kits, and it came out that the lipsticks weren't even full. Like, if you pump it and hold it to the light, they were like half full. And
Are you
selling
serious?
it. Yes, girl, it was a whole scandal about like her, especially her metallics. They weren't all the way full. And we're talking back about the Kylie girl. Yes, ma'am. Research that. Mm-hmm.
Now, you know I'm the queen of researching, so you know that when the show is over, I'm going to have to look that up, because I can't say everything. We are here to share with everyone, and we're here to have a great time, but I can't say everything I might think about everything.
We talk about offline.
We'll talk about
over
that
some wine.
I like that. Offline over some wine. That's a new thing for us now. We need to go ahead and
book it.
Book it. Hashtag. Okay. So, with that being said, if you had to come on tonight, like you did, and say you had I'll share a funny story. So the first time I tried to wear false eyelashes, I had no idea what I was doing, didn't do enough research. And so as the day wore on, my eyelash began to leave me looking like a caterpillar. And so I didn't know there was a trick for fixing it. So I had to figure out how to get those things off my face and try and preserve my eyelashes. If there was a makeup oops, do you have any tricks for fixing an on the scene, oh Lord help us, we need this to end?
Yeah, so hopefully you carry a purse, and inside your purse you have like a little beauty essentials. So you want to make sure you keep like a little tube of glue, preferably the clear one, because the black one, if you get it on your makeup, your eyeshadow, your look is done for. So I like to do the clear. And the trick is, for me, from learning, from trial and error, because you can watch a lot of tutorials, but it may not work for you. So what I learned was to take an end of a tweezer and put the glue down, let it get a little bit tacky, and then just put the line already on what's already have lifted. Because usually you put more glue on the corners, inner corner, outer corner, because that's where it's going to lift first. So just keep the tweezers, keep your glue, then dab it on there, and try not to cry. Then win. Then you should be all right. They won't be flying and waving at everybody.
That's exactly what's going on.
Like, excuse me, were you waving at me? No, it's just my eyelash. No. You know, he's got him on his own.
Well, I will remember that. I think maybe one of these sections, what we'll do is maybe do a little glam session.
Yeah.
You know, I tend to be a little bit conservative in my makeup, and that's okay. I'm happy with that.
I love you. I don't even believe you have on foundation because that skin is like
Oh,
glowing.
look at you.
How much water you drinking? Give me the tea. Like, do you drink a lot of water?
I do drink a lot of water. I try to drink a gallon a day. I try. It doesn't always happen. Thank you. Thank
probably
you.
about to make me start drinking it because that skin is everything. When you told me how old you are, I was like, no, you ain't telling lies. Can I say lies?
Thank you.
I
You
know
can
you're
say
supposed to
lies. No, we can say lies. Then we have a list of things we can't say, but we can say lies. But no, I think that I appreciate you sharing these tips because for those of us who don't know, who might want to know, I mean, I might want to get a nice eyelash going on that's going to stay in place throughout an entire meal so my husband don't have to worry about trying to fish him out the soup.
Because you can feel it. It's so annoying.
It is really annoying.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree. So, when you come back again, I think that we should spend a little more time talking about cultural appropriation when it comes to beauty and when it comes to glam and when it comes to aesthetics. I think that that's something that we can have an honest conversation about and stay away from that list of words that we're not allowed to say.
I recently saw something that basically how we're talking about it is bringing more awareness or publicity for that brand. So leaving us out is like the new marketing thing to do. So you're leaving us out of all these shade ranges to bring more attention to what y'all doing. And at the end of the day, that might be sales. They're like, oh, well, they got lip gloss. Oh, they got an eyeliner. They might not have a foundation or a concealer I can wear, but I'm over here looking at this brand from something negative. So they getting us either way. We got to figure out like how to just block it all out and not go over there.
So maybe we need to come up with a few of our favorite things list, and maybe once a quarter, if those out there in Facebook land want to see it, we can come up and say, hey, I know here in Houston there are some business here that are makeup producers.
Yes, they are a lot.
And I think that we should be involved in that. I think that we should spend some time doing some makeup shopping together.
You got it. We can
definitely do that.
Follow us around and do that.
We can do that, and I think that we can be helpful to other people. And so let's do it.
All right.
We're going to book it.
Book it.
We're going to book it. We're going to sit down and we're going to make it happen. So, and in conclusion, because I always like to kind of bring it down because, you know, I'm hyped all the time. I appreciate the fact that you're willing to come and be honest and have these dialogues with us and have these conversations and share your truths because you are one of the most glamorously amazing, honest people I know.
I did my makeup in about 10 minutes today.
Aww.
Back in the day, like I'm old or something, I used to spend like 30 or 45 minutes on my makeup, but now I don't have that kind of time. Now it's like, how can I get a good look that worked for me in a good amount of time for a good price?
I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much, Tomei, for joining me,
All
and I
right.
will see you in 2 weeks.
All righty.
Right?
All right.
Are you a Black blogger, podcaster, or vlogger located in Houston? Do you need help amplifying your voice? Do you want to be an active partner with an association that was designed with you in mind? If you answered yes to any or all of these questions, now is an excellent time to join the Houston African American Bloggers Association to enjoy the benefits of working with a thriving and expanding collective.
Grandma and Grandpa just bought a brand new Corvette, lipstick red and black leather seats. I want to be just like them when I retire, footloose and fancy free. One of the things they taught me was to have a great insurance and retirement plan. That's why I signed up with the Paul Wilson Insurance Agency. Farmers, our family has trusted them with all our insurance and retirement needs, so we have no worries on the road of life or on the highway to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. The Paul Wilson Insurance Agency, a farmer's company. Contact the Paul Wilson Agency today at 281-200-0137. Grandma.
Thank you for watching Houston's most diverse opinion-based show, You Think It, We Say It, brought to you by the Houston African American Bloggers Association. On the show, we share information, opinions, and perspectives focusing on Houston and flowing outward to encompass living well globally. To find out more, please visit HoustonAfricanAmericanBloggers.com.
Hurricane Harvey hit us hard. Me and my wife lost both cars, and our house has water damage. We worried about our future, but then we contacted our trusted Paul Wilson Insurance Agency, Farmers. Let them make sure you're covered properly in the event of a loss. Contact them today for a free, no obligation review of your current policy. After contacting Paul Wilson, we knew things were going to work out just fine. Contact the Paul Wilson Agency today at 281-200-0137. A Farmers Company, Hurricane.
And welcome back to You Think It, We Say It. We are now going to be going into Secure the Bag, where our own Charlotte is going to help us not only keep those coins, but make those coins increase. And who can't appreciate that? So Charlotte, I'm going to be quiet. I know it's hard to believe, but I want to really hear from you because you have some great things to talk about.
Okay, so here's the thing. We know it's tax time. We got a lot of taxinaires out there, but it's also performance review time. And performance review time, some people are also getting that little bonus. And with the tax reforms that happened at the end of last year, a lot of your bigger companies are starting to return some of that money to the employees. And that may be in the form of a one-time bonus. It could be in the form of pay raises. It could be in the form of contributing extra to the employees' 401k. So with that being said, if you're in a blessed situation where you're getting a nice little tax chunk back, you're getting a one-time bonus, and you could be also getting that performance bonus, that could potentially add up to a few $1,000s. So what can you do with that money?
I don't know. I need you to tell us what we can do with that money.
Okay, so let's say you're in a situation where you're still renting. If you have a nice chunk of change, why not go ahead and just pay out your rent for the year or up to 6 months? And that money that you're not putting towards rent, you can put towards other things. Maybe it's saving towards a new car. Maybe it's putting that into an emergency savings fund. Just things along those lines, paying down your debt, wherever you choose to put that money. Also, you may consider, everybody's got a side hustle, legal side hustles. We like legal side hustles.
We like legal side hustles.
Love them. Love legal side hustles. Maybe it's time for you to go a little bit more legit and start registering your business with the state. And honestly, in the great state of Texas, it doesn't cost that much. If you want to start out small and just get your doing business as or DBA, that costs about $25 with the state. And then you have to register in the county, and that can vary. So the average price is about $15. So you're out of pocket $40 to get your doing business as. Now, if you want to form your own LLC, then that's about $300 with the state. And Texas is one of the states where you don't have to spend a lot of money to start your own business. You really don't. So those are some things you can do with your money. Now, when the tax reform came, a lot of people were, up in arms. Oh, I'm not going to get anything. My taxes are going to go up. If you actually do some research, your taxes are about 80% of Americans are actually going to see a decrease in their taxes. Now, you'll start seeing right around this time in February, you may see an increase in your paycheck. And then once next year rolls around, that's when you're going to actually be able to take a lot of those deductions. Your standard deduction, I believe, for most people is now up to $24,000. So say you're making $80,000, you take your standard deduction, you're in a whole different tax bracket at that point. So those are some things to consider as you're getting all of this money in. And for some people, it's just crumbs. Crumbs add up.
Well, that's a testimony right there about crumbs adding up. There's so much truth in that. So let's just say, I don't know, I'm just going to try to pull a number in a scenario out of thin air. Notice I caught myself. And so with that, if you were someone who had, let's say you're a blogger, and say you really wanted to legitimize your blogging enterprise. So are you saying, hey, let's take this and do your DBA or do your LLC, and then you've got $200 left over? Would you say invest that back into your business, put that in your savings? Just if it was just somebody you knew.
I think it really depends on your own personal situation. If you have a little bit of savings, maybe throw it into your business. If you have some bills you need to catch up on, certainly catch up on your bills. And I also want y'all to consider some of the money is, short term, but also think long term. Unfortunately, things happen. You may be in a situation where you make it to retirement, you're not able to stay in the home by yourself anymore. You may need to hire a nurse, or you may even need to go into a nursing home. And I used to work in nursing homes, and they're not all created equal. They are not. I worked in one nursing home. Literally, the flies outnumbered the guests in the nursing home. I was appalled. I was like, oh no, this will not be me. Okay, what can I do to not end up here? And even if you have to end up in a nursing home, do you want to go to the nursing home where there are flies everywhere? Or do you want to go to the nursing home where you can get your own room? You can have people come in. That's the nursing home I want to go to. So
Quality of life versus maybe spending now on things that aren't as much of a priority. I think is what you're saying.
yeah, the red bottom shoes, they'll still be there.
Here's the thing. I love shoes. I am a shoe fanatic, but the truth of the matter is there is no way I would spend money on red bottom shoes. I can't do it. I hear a rumor they're not comfortable, so I'm just going to go ahead and be like, no, baby, that's all right. That's for young folk. That's for young folk who want to spend their money that way. My feet say no, ma'am.
Or, even cars, maybe you want to put a $1,000 bonus. That's a nice down payment on a car, if you think about it.
That's true. I'm
Or
not a
pay
big car head.
off your car.
Pay off the car. Now, see, those are the words that I like to hear. Pay it off. No car, no. Praise him.
And what my uncle used to do, he would pay off the car, and then that money he was paying towards the car, he would just put into the account and just save it. So when it was time, 10 years down the line, he would have all this money that he had not been paying on a car with, turn around, pay cash.
Pay cash for a car. And I think using different financial strategies are things that people are not used to. They're not used to thinking outside the box. But I think in today's economic climate, we need to think outside the box.
Yeah.
We need to think legally and creatively. Notice I emphasize that legally, Charlotte, because you love to say legally when it comes to hustles.
We like legal. We like
legal,
hustles.
creative hustles. We want to be able to do that. We want to be able to sustain our families and our communities as best we can. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with what we're suggesting, besides putting it in the mattress.
We're not going to put it in the mattress. We not back in the 1930s.
No, we're going to put it. You come on now. You don't have a little something in the sister. You don't even have 20 tucked in your sock drawer.
Okay, I do.
Okay. I was about to say now. Listen, I love the fact that we can talk about new ways of investing and saving our money and still kind of what they call it horse sense. Just hold on to that old school wisdom. There's nothing wrong with tucking a 20 in your sock drawer or whatever your equivalent to your sock drawer might be.
And also keep in mind, the money you're putting away for retirement, that's tax deferred money.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
I mean, you can't beat that with a stick. You honestly can't. And granted, you can't touch it till years down the line, but I want to be comfortable,
Years down the line.
I want to be able to, if push comes to shove and I'm not able to take care of myself as I used to, I want to be able to stay in my home. And I guarantee you, there is nothing like just living in your own home.
I agree. I agree with you 100%, and I don't think that this may be the kind of honest conversation people are having with their friends regarding finances. Sometimes it's not about turn up, but let's turn in and put this money down somewhere and let's do something else. Or, when we've been friends for 40 years, let's enjoy the level of comfort in our friendship that we've always been able to enjoy.
And plus, my child has already said, my daughter dances, and we went to a nursing home to do a performance, and she looks around, she goes, yeah, I think I could put you here. And I'm just like, but you're not going to take care of me? Well, Mom, I might have kids. What? I was a little hurt. She already put me in the home. She's not even a teenager. She got plans.
I'm sorry, but your daughter is amazing to me. So, and that fits right in line with who I know her to be. So that's really, really funny. And but at least she was honest. Look, she told you what to expect. Okay.
So you probably need to have that conversation now with your children. You know what's going to happen when I can't take care of myself.
Well, both my children are adults, and there's two schools of thought. One's like, oh, I'm just going to keep you on my compound. I'm like, well, wait, hold on. I might want my freedom. And the other's like, you're never going to get old. Oh, I'm old now, honey. So, but, you know, and it's true, though. You do want to, I never want to be a burden to my children and their families because they have a right to live their lives. And I know that they would take care of me. I don't know why I've got to be locked on a compound, but that, you know, they would take care of me and take good care of me. But if I don't have to have that happen, I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that it doesn't happen. Be that physically, financially, mentally, spiritually. I mean, I want to be as whole until till the Lord turn out the lights. I want to be as self-sustaining as possible. And so to someone who may be well behind the curve and someone who they've just not been exposed to this information. And if they were to come into this, what would you suggest that they do? I mean, they just came into some extra money, but they have no background of financial understanding. Would you just tell them to sock it in a savings account, wait 30 days, don't do nothing for 30 days? I
would say wait for 30 days. Go get some sound advice. Don't talk to your buddies at the barbershop or the beauty shop. They may not know the best route for you to go, but talk to a tax attorney. Talk to a retirement specialist. Talk to people who have your best interest in heart. And if you're going to go to a retirement specialist, look for people who don't have a vested interest on making sure you invest in certain types of things.
Oh, that makes really good sense. That makes great sense. And I can't wait to share the links that you have for us in our blog post, because if you don't know, we always have a follow-up blog post to our shows as well as them being posted on YouTube. So we're going to make sure that the information that we share here is shared with you all in a way that you can research it on your own time, because while you're thinking it and we're saying it, we also want it to be actionable. We want you to do it and be able to benefit from it. And Charlotte, as always, I love talking to you about securing the bag and legal hustles. You guys, it's a running joke with us. Charlotte she makes sure that she always says legal. And so we want to make sure we stay legal with our hustles. And I hope that you'll come back and help us more, enlighten us some more, give us some more links and starting places on securing our bag. And now we're going to be taking a commercial break very shortly, and then we're going to be moving into another segment, and then we'll move into one more segment, and then we're going to release you all to dwell on all this richness that we're putting out there for you. If you're in Houston and interested in becoming a content creator, attending our 3rd annual boot camp on August 4th, 2018 is an excellent way to learn the benefits and ins and outs of consistent, engaging content creation. For more information on everything I've just mentioned, please visit HoustonAfricanAmericanBloggers.com.
My wife Annette and I have been married 2 years and now expecting our first child. The doctor says it's a boy, and I'm so excited. Now this addition to our family has us thinking about the future and how our son will be taken care of if something ever happened to us. I suggested to my wife we contact our insurance agent. The people at the Paul Wilson Insurance Agency helped us pick out a great life insurance plan that will ensure that our loved ones will be taken care of in case of an untimely death. Now that that's taken care of, we can now focus on finishing this baby room. Contact the Paul Wilson Insurance Agency at 281-200-0137. My wife.
Are you a Black blogger, podcaster, or vlogger located in Houston? Do you need help amplifying your voice? Do you want to be an active partner with an association that was designed with you in mind? If you answered yes to any or all of these questions, now is an excellent time to join the Houston African American Bloggers Association to enjoy the benefits of working with a thriving and expanding collective.
Grandma and Grandpa just bought a brand new Corvette, lipstick red and black leather seats. I want to be just like them when I retire, footloose and fancy free. One of the things they taught me was to have a great insurance and retirement plan. That's why I signed up with the Paul Wilson Insurance Agency. Farmers, our family has trusted them with all our insurance and retirement needs, so we have no worries on the road of life or on the highway to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. The Paul Wilson Insurance Agency, a farmer's company. Contact the Paul Wilson Agency today at 281-200-0137.
Thank you so much for sticking with us on You Think It, We Say It. And now we're going to be coming into our next segment, The Global Palate. This might be my favorite segment. I'm not gonna lie. I love good food and I love being in good company while I'm having my good food. So Kelly and Oshita, thank you so much for joining me again on The Global Palate. Let's jump right into this food.
Thank you for having us.
Okay.
So it's Black History Month. I like to celebrate Black-owned businesses throughout the year. So I have a couple restaurants, Black-owned restaurants, food trucks that I like to frequent. The list that I'm going to share with you is not in any order, but it's just some of the restaurants that I really enjoy.
Okay.
So one is Kitchen 713. I don't know if everyone's familiar with Kitchen 713. They're off of Washington Avenue. But there's two dishes that I really love. They have a pecan pie French toast that's really good, and a oxtail grilled cheese sandwich. And so,
Wait, I'm sorry, ma'am. Excuse me.
Yes,
Did you just say
oxtail grilled cheese sandwich. So it's awesome. So Kitchen 713. Another is Lucille's. The reason I like Lucille's is because they have a lot of things you can't really get everywhere. So you can get quail there. The chef there, the owner, serves rabbit, which is good. Everyone loves their shrimp and grits. Right. I'm not a grits eater. I don't like grits.
Damn.
Surprisingly.
Whoa.
But I
what
have...
about grits don't you like?
It's something about the texture. I don't know if it's the... And I've tried grits at several different places, but it's something about grits I just can't take. But I've been told that the shrimp and grits at Lucille's is really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to hold my head for you right there. I almost clutched my pearls when you said you didn't like grits.
No. Another one, so everybody's familiar with the Breakfast Club, Marcus Davis and the Breakfast Club. He also owns the Reggae Hut, which is Jamaican great curry and jerk chicken.
Yes.
I like the Breakfast Club, but it's not like on the top of my list. However, he just opened up a new restaurant downtown called Culture with a K, and it is awesome. I went this week. Right now it's a soft opening. They only have really small bites, but he has a couple of really good dishes. One that I really loved was his take on spinach and artichoke dip. So it was called Callus and Collards. And so it's basically a collards dip with a callus, and callus is like a beignet. And he put it together, and it's awesome. Ooh. Everything on the menu I tried, mac and cheese, meatballs.
Ma'am.
It was good.
What we didn't bring in here were napkins today, so we're going to need you to stop with these amazing descriptions because we have no way to wipe our mouths, and we don't want that on camera.
Awesome.
Okay, please continue.
So Culture is, it's I think it's going to be great. It's downtown. It's new. I think they're going to get a lot of traffic from being in the area of the convention center and other areas. We have some really great Black-owned food trucks as well. So a lot of food trucks. If you're looking for something that's a little bit more healthier, Julia Cooks Organic is awesome.
Really?
It's really awesome. She has a great black bean nachos, and she also has salmon tacos. So if you're trying to stay on the healthier side and not have too much of comfort food, what I would say Julia Cooks Organic is really good. Yeah. It's a great food truck.
Okay. I will definitely have to try. I've never been to the Breakfast Club in all the years I've been in Houston. Have been to the Reggae Hut though.
The Reggae Hut is great. Yeah.
Listen, that curry goat, my poor husband, that's not what I ordered. That's what he ordered. And let's just say that we enjoyed
Yeah.
the curried goat.
And if you like Jamaican food, there's another food truck called Jamaica Ponda Road. And so it's a food truck. They also have really great jerk chicken. They have a jerk chicken fries that are really awesome too.
I don't know if anybody can hear me on this microphone over here, but I am gasping and I am having a moment right now because this all sounds so good. And I have to ask myself, why haven't I had these things? And then I remember, because they're probably not on the north side where I tend to hang out. And that is why Tashia does not get out on the road like she might like to.
I have one more that's on the north side
What?
if you want.
Oh, praise him.
Well,
Watch
if
out
you
now.
like, so if you well, this is they're actually called Bunt Cakeaholics. They're off of 45 North, and they have alcohol-infused desserts. They do alcohol and non-alcoholic, but they're awesome. I've had a couple different alcohol-infused desserts, and these are actually, they're moist, and when you bite into the cake, you can taste the alcohol. So it's really good. And that's Bunt Cakeaholics.
Bunt Cakeaholics. I'm repeating that to make sure that it comes out clearly on this recording so that when I rewatch this, I know where to go and get my liquor-infused cakes. Thank you so very much for that information.
You're welcome.
Miss Kelly.
Yes, I wanted to talk about, today I want to talk about is basically places to go, to get some kind of culture, so some history about us, basically. So first off, I want to start off with the Buffalo Soldiers Museum, which is a great place, a great venue as well, but it's on 3816 Caroline Street, and it's $10 for adults, $5 for students, seniors, military, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. But the exhibits that they have, the Civil War Museum exhibit, the No Man's Land exhibit, and as well as the Vietnam exhibit, so much more. So that's one good place to visit to get some more knowledge about us and us Buffalo Soldiers, which is something that is very near and dear to me because I do have, a relative a long time ago that was part of, the Buffalo Soldiers. So,
Really?
yeah,
That is interesting.
That's very interesting. But as well, we have other places. Another place I like to go to, even tonight, they have an event from 6 to 10 tonight, Houston Museum of African American Culture. They have the Black
Tonight?
Market tonight.
Tonight, I was going to say, isn't
Black
that the
Market?
Black Market
Yes.
tonight? One of these Fridays when we're not here hosting this segment, I think we should go.
Absolutely. And I hear the vendors are amazing. From your lotions, your butters, your soaps, and I heard they even have food there. So I'm like, okay, that's something I definitely have to check out. And that's located 4807 Caroline Street. There's a lot of places on Caroline Street.
Sounds like it. I think we're going to have to make sure that we have all these addresses of every place that you all mentioned, so that way people, because
Right.
sometimes you might want to go to a museum, but then where do you eat when you're done? And I'm the worst with that. I have no sense of direction, so I would be hungry after leaving the museum and sad after such a moving experience because I'm hangry and I need to get back on the north.
Absolutely. But that museum, it basically explores stories inspired by themes of creativity and culture through the African American lens. So it'll be a good place for art and things like that. So I know I'll definitely be bringing my kids sometime, but I've been once. So it's nice. As well, I brought my kids recently to another place in Third Ward, Project Row Houses. That's on 2521 Holman Street. And the reason why I brought them there is basically I know a little bit more about the culture there. Basically, I have a whole lot of relatives that moved from Louisiana to Texas in order to find work back in the 1960s, 1970s, and moved down here and moved in the Third Ward area. So basically, they're more like longshoremen and things like that. So, but the Project Row House is it's a community-based arts and culture nonprofit organization. in basically Houston's 3rd Ward. And they're open Wednesday through Sunday, noon to 5.
And so for Project Row, they can go and look at different exhibits, right? Like they
Right.
can walk down. It's like a row of houses, and they can go in it's kind of like a museum.
Right. And what it's known for, basically, I mean, on the outside of the house, they have the I Love 3W, which is basically I Love 3rd Ward. And as well, within one of the houses, they have where they have a place where it's kind of like Monopoly. And it's called like a gentrification monopoly board within the house. So I was like, okay, that's something that is really happening, because slowly but surely you see these condos
Right.
that are non-affordable and being built in a place where we were raised. So it's a good place to go. If you want to, you can always schedule a visit to go, and or you can go, like I said, Wednesday through Sunday, noon to 5, on your own and visit those houses there.
Well, I've had the privilege of being there, which I was amazed. And there was an installation of a local Houston business owner now who makes this Key Loco dessert. And I thank God that she's on the other side of town, because I'd be several pounds heavier if I could get to the Key Loco cookies. And so I also had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Jesse Lott, who was one of the co-founders of the Project Row Houses, and so to meet a living art legend and someone who has contributed so much to Houston, it was amazing for me. So whenever the new installations come out, again, y'all know I don't like driving, but I do try to make myself aware, and then I'm like, okay, so when am I gonna buckle up and hustle on down the road, to see what else is out there? But they have some amazing installations.
There's one more place I wanted to bring up that I hold very near and dear to me. Even though I usually go on every first Saturday of the month to the Buy Black Marketplace, the Shrine of the Black Madonna. I love it there. The location 5309 Martin Luther King Boulevard. They even have speakers and everything there. Speakers from they had Michael Brown's mom, where she had released a book, and she was signing them and everything there. They had David Banner. They had known people of the Black Panther Party there, and as well as the late great Dick Gregory. They also have like a African Holocaust museum. It's a small museum, but it had a lot of artifacts, and my kids love it there as well. We try to make sure we go every first Saturday. We load up on our soaps. We load up on our deodorant. We load up even, the screen teas and everything like that.
No, that's awesome. And so thank you so much for sharing those places for people who don't know, and thank you for sharing all that great food for those of us who weren't in the know. I absolutely cannot wait to visit some of these things, and I think that, maybe Hab needs to get out there in our new T-shirts.
Right.
And get out there and visit some of these places together and have a lot of fun, because that's what we do when we're not here having a lot of fun. We're actually out doing things and blogging about it and talking about it. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Hopefully you'll come back.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, you come back and visit with me again. And so we're going to be moving over into a commercial break, and then we're going to be coming back with our last segment. I can't believe our time is almost over, you guys.
Yes.
Aw. Y'all have to come over so we... Thank you for watching Houston's most diverse opinion-based show, You Think It, We Say It, brought to you by the Houston African American Bloggers Association. On the show, we share information, opinions, and perspectives focusing on Houston and flowing outward to encompass living well globally. To find out more, please visit HoustonAfricanAmericanBloggers.com.
Hurricane Harvey hit us hard. Me and my wife lost both cars, and our house has water damage. We worried about our future, but then we contacted our trusted Paul Wilson Insurance Agency, Farmers. Let them make sure you're covered properly in the event of a loss. Contact them today for a free, no-obligation review of your current policy. After contacting Paul Wilson, we knew things were going to work out just fine. Contact the Paul Wilson Agency today at 281-200-0137, a Farmers Company.
If you're in Houston and interested in becoming a content creator, attending our 3rd annual boot camp on August 4th, 2018 is an excellent way to learn the benefits and ins and outs of consistent, engaging content creation. For more information on everything I've just mentioned, please visit HoustonAfricanAmericanBloggers.com.
My wife Annette and I have been married 2 years and now expecting our first child. The doctor says it's a boy and I'm so excited. Now this addition to our family has us thinking about the future and how our son will be taken care of if something ever happened to us. I suggested to my wife we contact our insurance agent. The people at the Paul Wilson Insurance Agency helped us pick out a great life insurance plan that will ensure that our loved ones will be taken care of in case of an untimely death. Now that that's taken care of, we can now focus on finishing this baby room. Contact the Paul Wilson Insurance Agency at 281-200-0137.
Hello and welcome back to our final segment, Drop a Pin. We hope you've enjoyed what we've talked about so far, and hopefully we can keep ourselves together long enough to get through this with King Mason,
Hello.
Tomei,
Hey.
and I promise to be on my best behavior as we start talking about the Grammys.
I don't trust it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Shady.
That's a shame. So I'll just start off. Okay, the Grammys. We had their 60th year anniversary. But I did some research on the Grammys just for some fun facts. If you guys don't know that there are 84 different categories that you can win a Grammy in. So it's not just hip hop, it's not just R&B, it's not just rock. Behind the scenes, they give out Grammys to all the other people, best jazz, best new age. For the guy who has the most Grammys, his name is Georg Solti. He has 31 Grammys. He's a Hungarian-British composer who has conducted the Chicago Symphony for like 25 years, and he's been nominated 74 times. So out of 74, he's won 31. But for Black History Month, we have number 2, which is Quincy Jones. That's my guy. He has 27. Quincy Jones has 27. Stevie Wonder has 25. And the great Beyonce, who Tomei loves, has 22. So that is some just some Grammy stats and history for us.
Oh, Miss Tomei, go right ahead.
Well, speaking of Beyonce at the Grammys, I was surprised that she was there, but Jay-Z, I believe, was nominated for 6, and he did not win not one award.
Not one.
So maybe that's why they daughter, Blue Ivy, was like, we're not clapping for nobody in here. And did you see she had a little snack? She had like apple juice, little animal cookies. Like, they some real black parents. Like, we finna go out. I don't want to hear you say you hungry. Here go a snack pack for the Grammys. I was shook, okay?
That's good.
I think it's good parenting and it makes good sense.
Yeah, it
Now,
does.
I'm going to have to confess, I did not watch the Grammys.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I can't think of the last time I invested my time in that show, but I love the pictures afterwards, of our people. And I love the commentary other people have about the event.
That's what make it.
I'm not really invested
watch.
though in it because I'm not gonna lie. When they win a Grammy, I don't get money in my pocket.
Wow.
The trophies don't sit at my house.
Well.
Apple Music don't give me a refund.
Well, Bruno Mars killed it this year. He won Best Record of the Year, Best Album of the Year. A lot of different performances. What Kendrick Lamar, his opening of the Grammy was very, very, very good. Very pro-black, very great entrance into Black History Month for February. Also, the rapper Logic with his 1-800-273, forget the last 4 numbers, about immigrants and coming over to America and everything like that. So the Grammys was a very, very, what is the word? Very civil right type thing. And also, I think, I forget their name, Brooks and Dunn or something like that. They did a tribute for the Las Vegas shooting and everything like that.
Wow.
So it was a lot of tributes going out for the tragedies that went on for last year at the Grammys.
So there was social commentary through music.
Yeah,
I like it. I like that.
I would have watched.
So next year, you're saying I should at least think about.
Just tune in, listen,
I just feel like you should just go back and watch it on YouTube.
Oh yeah. Or
This
do
is
the
true.
review.
Okay,
Do the review.
I will
Yeah.
make that an assignment to go back and watch it on YouTube because I do like to know what's going on, and I love music. That's not the reason I didn't watch the Grammys or haven't watched music shows. I'm a huge fan of every genre, really. There's something everywhere that you can enjoy.
Right.
But with the Grammys specifically, I, again, just chose not to invest my energy. Look at me
Okay.
behaving myself.
Did you watch? How was the Tina Turner tribute?
I did not see that one.
I-
I did not. I just did my research on the Grammys. Now, listen, Grammys. I didn't tune in to you for real. I did the recap.
Oh, okay.
I did the
okay.
recap
You had me shook like
on
a fool. I thought you
YouTube.
watched the whole thing.
Listen, no, I didn't have that much time. So I just did the recap. So these are recap facts.
Okay, recap
that I'm giving
facts.
y'all.
All
Okay.
right. Well, I'm good with recap facts. I like it. They work for me. And it's a lot better than some of the commentary I've seen after the Grammys.
Okay.
Although I have to ask you all, I am not sure whose account this is, and I didn't look enough. But there was someone who did, how they do the celebrity photos, and his captions. I don't normally cackle at a bunch of outrageousness, but he was so outrageous and accurate and accurately outrageous in his comments without being. I don't like viciousness. I don't like nasty for no reason. But it was hilarious. And I wish I could remember the name of the account, and I will have to see if I can find it and tag you guys on it because I cackled. Even with bronchitis, I was cackling, which is, it's not a pretty sound. I don't know if you know that, but a laughter and you get caught laughing and you're coughing and it's horrible. You don't know if you're going to die or cry or live, So
No.
Were you able to breathe though?
Help the Lord.
with the
it
help
sound like
of a Pulma aid, I was able to breathe. Thank God for Symbicort.
Help the Lord.
No, I was really, really sick. But so we're talking about the Grammys. We're talking about the way, because I didn't know that this was the season for these award shows. So are there any award shows you're looking forward to this season?
Well, me personally, I'm looking forward to the Tonys because it'll be my first ever chance to watch the Tonys. I'm always busy and I love theater. I'm been at the Ensemble Theater for 11 years. So the Tonys is like a real big thing that people get together. They literally buy food. They have their theater friends there and they go through all of the awards and everything like that. So the Tonys is a real big one that I'm going to try to really, really pay attention to this year.
Okay. Tomei, how about you?
No. I just know that it's Super Bowl weekend, right? Is that the right weekend?
I am the worst person to ask about this.
Because I'm trying to make a what you call that when you ask somebody who cooks? This lady named Dip Genie. Her dip is off the chain, so I'm trying to place an order.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to make sure it's
I
the right
think
weekend.
so. I'm gonna
get
I'm
the-
going to go out on a limb and say yes. I think it's Super Bowl weekend, but I
Oh, Sheeta.
don't watch
They
the big
taking your
game.
food.
Me either.
Oh,
I don't
Sheeta,
like
they're taking
commercials.
your
Like I
food.
really don't watch TV to be honest, because it's like these kids these days they
King?
spoil.
You ain't got a word for us about what this weekend was going on?
Listen, I don't know what's going on. I'm not a big sports person. I'm not. I am not. So I'm a home team fan. So the Rockets, the Texans, the Dynamo, I'm going to cheer for them if they win or lose. It doesn't matter.
Oh, that's real.
So-
Because it's a lot of bandwagon fans out there.
Yes, because I don't see how you live in Texas, but root for the Patriots. I don't see
That's
how
my
you do that.
mother-in-law.
I
Oh
don't
my
see how
God,
you
she
do that.
watching. I don't really know him like that. Cause she,
Oh, wait,
Tom
no.
Brady is our stepdaddy, our father-in-law.
Do I need to
Yeah.
roll off to the side if it's
Listen.
going to be a problem? Listen, brother.
Listen, but they cheat though. This is what I don't understand. They cheat and they still win, but nobody says anything.
They
So,
do say the people that don't like him really call him out on that.
All right, amen. For some non-sports fans,
Okay.
we show. Look, we
I'm sorry.
Look, we
that's
sure got a lot
what
of
I'm
opinions
All
about
right.
it.
But you know what? I think that we all just have a lot of opinions, and I think that's awesome. I love
Right.
opinions.
Yeah.
and whether they do.
But I'm
or
gonna
not.
watch the Winter Olympics though. I know that's coming up.
Okay.
I did see a lot of commercials for that. It got my interest.
Okay.
Only
But
because I was in the snow this year in
I
Denver.
don't know about anybody else, but I'm just gonna have to go ahead and say this. What I'm looking forward to is Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda.
Oh, okay.
Girl, you don't know that segment from Black Panther?
That's the Black Panther.
Come on.
Yes.
Sorry.
That's opening next week, right?
So that's what they meant by they turned the opening into a Wakanda. I
Yes.
was like, what's that?
They turned the whole. Wakanda's
The
the
whole
place.
opening red
the-
carpet thing. It was like a
Yes.
Wakanda.
Oh, that's nothing compared to what we're about to do. Are you guys going
I'm
to?
low key scared.
Are you
I'm
gonna
like,
come with
what's
Ab?
that? Y'all still ain't really told me what it was. Y'all just said it's a thing that
Oh,
they
it's
say.
Wakanda is an imaginary country in
Oh, okay.
Africa,
In Africa.
where the story takes place.
Yes.
So, Hab is going as a group. You
Yay.
you might want to watch out for us. You all,
Yes.
social media. We're about to blow it up because a couple of us are going to be cosplaying.
Oh, okay. Listen, I'm gonna just have my little Zamunda lion head on my shoulder. That's what I'm gonna
Oh Lord.
Oh, it's going to be
Zamunda.
awesome.
Make sure I'm
Zamunda.
sitting next to you and not behind you because it sounds like it's gonna be big and
do.
I ain't gonna be able to see.
Queen.
Did you?
Special.
I am not fully recovered. Start singing that song. Oh my goodness. Okay. Wait. Oh my goodness. You all forgive
You
me.
can sing?
No.
But it was what he was singing
Yes.
that was
I do know that line.
that had me. So we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to some of us, some members of our group are looking forward to the Super Bowl. I think we should do a poll in group, like who watched the Grammys. Is anybody into the entertainment of the season?
Well, we have to shout out to Alexander. He's a member of HAB. He's a sports guy, watches wrestling and everything. Shout out to Mark, bourbon enthusiast and everything like that. So some of the men are probably going to get together and get some wings and some ranch dressing and
Yeah, it's
and
like
watch.
the fellowship.
Now,
of
I
the game.
love food, y'all, but I have a fundamental problem paying $1 plus for a wing.
Listen,
Wait.
I say you need to go to the store and just get them yourself and then cook them yourself.
And
That
cook
is the
your
best
own
way.
wings. Oh, I am so
Oshita,
glad
we
I am
back
not
on food.
alone.
Oshita, we back on food.
I know. Look, we're back. We done brought it all the way. But I just had to say because I know that there's going to be a lot of parties. My brother-in-law is a huge sports fan, and he and my sister normally host these big old events, and I'm like, as long as we're not buying the wings, because I don't make no sense to me. I'm like, I just go in the kitchen and make some wings,
Yeah.
and we gonna be all right. If we
Yes.
have to have wings.
Now I'm gonna say this: Tasty does a lot of nice things. Like if you follow them, the cooking people,
They
they
make me
have like
hungry.
so many versions of wings that you can just, from the buffalo to the lemon pepper. Then they have a garlic something, and yeah.
Wait, is Tasty that same company that made that
That macaroni, you about to say that green macaroni?
I don't know if
Oh,
it was
no, I don't
not
know
the
about
green
that.
macaroni. Listen, we cannot talk about food and talk about these food videos without me just wanting to tell people, listen here, some things you just ought not to do.
Yeah.
Leave some things
Yeah.
alone. No, I think they added something and tried to call it a pecan pie or something of that
Oh, no.
nature. And so look, just a tip for any kind of event you go to, don't bring it. Don't do that. You don't want to be a part of it. We don't want to be a part of that. Like a ketchup. Okay. You know what?
A ketchup?
A ketchup cake with mustard icing, and that had nothing to do with the NFL or anything like that or entertaining. But I'm just saying it's one of those things that you shouldn't bring to somebody's house.
And you got too much time on your hands.
If you're
A
gonna
whole ketchup
experience,
cake?
it was.
Yeah, they had some type of 7-Up where they mixed whipped cream with mayonnaise and then put hot dogs on the side and then had
I know y'all
Stop.
lying.
Okay,
Yeah.
look, we're done. We're done
Yeah.
talking about that. Not only
No,
are
we
we
can't
done
do
talking about it, but we're gonna have to take a vow as a group because we all love food. That during Drop a Pin, we're gonna try not to talk about the food.
It's
as
so
much.
hard.
I'm sorry.
We have to because food I think is just integral to our culture. It's just part of kind of who we are, and it's
Yeah,
a
it
great
brings us
bonding.
together for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think that, but we need to kind of. No, we don't, y'all. We need to just go on and be who we are. We want to talk about a little bit of food. We will. But I appreciate the fact that you guys have come back and you stuck with me and you love chit-chatting with me. And
Yes.
that we once again have made it through another entire episode of You Think It, We Say It. I can't believe it's
Yes.
over.
And we love your Pam Grier fro. We do.
Yeah, I
We
was
do.
shook. I had to grab the wall when I walked
Yes,
in. I was
Foxy
just like,
Brown
oh, I
and
can't
coffee,
walk no
Lord.
further.
Thank you.
Thank you guys
Yes.
so much. I do it normally once a year. So
All right.
This is Tashia, King Mason, Tomei,
Hey.
signing out. Oh, and my Pam Grier, is that what we're naming
Yes, your
her?
Pam Grier.
Okay,
yes.
Pam Grier and I,
I'm
we're
gonna
just
give you
going to say,
some Isaac Hayes.
oh, Isaac in the
my
back.
God,
We
goodness.
appreciate you being with us. We hope that you've enjoyed the show as much as we've enjoyed being here talking with you. And we hope that you'll tune in again with us next week. Same time, same page, different people. And we hope you have an amazing evening. Good night.
He's out.